If you're in the video industry or you're a content creator, you've definitely seen these cameras everywhere. I think what these cameras allow us to do, whether you're a seasoned veteran or you're someone just breaking into the industry, they allow us to have some sort of flexibility when experimenting with certain shots or certain takes, or even just capturing certain moments that would otherwise be a lot harder to do if you just pull out your DSLR or your mirrorless camera or a point and shoot. I think it allows just like the everyday user to be able to capture high quality content, be able to share it, post it. By doing that, companies like DJI and Insta360, GoPros have been something that a lot of people get drawn into because of that barrier to entry. One, these cameras are not that expensive. Two, you can find them pretty much anywhere. You can find them used on Facebook Market. You can find them used on B&H or K Camera. These things are also super rugged as well. So if something were to happen, an accident were to happen, I dropped this one off of a bike and it still works. And you're not that stressed out, right? Because they're not that expensive, but you're also not sacrificing a lot in terms of quality. They're still able to capture amazing shots. Another area of why these cameras make me really excited is just it pushes you to not go for like the usual shots that you do, especially like the Insta360 and the action cam. Yes, you can use them for vlogging. Yes, you can still do pretty standard stuff if you don't want to go that extra mile, or maybe like 360 look or the action cam look is not the one for you. Because it has those features, it really pushes you to utilize creative ways of capturing yourself, capturing your surroundings, mounting things to a car, getting different angles within that space, mounting them on a tripod like on your office, like on a corner of something. Those angles that we otherwise wouldn't be able to do or would be harder to accomplish allow us to really experiment with these cameras. The Osmo Pocket 3 has been just an instant go-to camera for pretty much anything, whether it's vlogging, whether it's just capturing a cinematic scene. If you're traveling as well, I think this camera is perfect for that, because not only can it capture panoramas and like photos on the go, but it's your best friend when it comes for like cinematic footage while traveling and not drawing too much attention. I'm a very big fan. I've been a big fan of the Osmo Pocket line ever since the original and the Osmo Pocket 1 came out. I took it to Mexico and I got a lot of compliments from like the type of footage that I was able to create. And even when I look back, I still think that footage is very digestible now in today's age with all these new cameras and equipment. The new ease of use of like the image quality, the new menus, the way that you can frame vertical shots and horizontal shots as well, the compatibility with the new DJI mics, all the tripods, all the accessories for it. You can mount it everywhere. And like I said, it doesn't stress you out. If I was rigging like an FX3 to a car and then shutting the door really fast, I'll be a lot more stressed out. Like, whereas if I'm mounting this, I can slam it a little bit harder. I won't be as stressed out, but I can also rest easy knowing that whatever image I get off of this, if you tweak the settings and you customize them to your liking, most of the time it goes unnoticed whether I'm using an Osmo Pocket, or I'm using an FX3, or I'm using an action cam in most cases, right? It's not meant to look the same. It is going to look different. And as long as you're okay with that, that's all that matters. Another camera that I'm a huge fan of as of recent is also like the Insta360 line. I have the X3. I upgraded to the X4 when I went to NAB. And like I just love this camera, especially for me. I ride bikes a lot, whether it's on a trail, doing like coffee rides, doing like gravel rides. I just went bike packing as well and took this over. It allows me to capture things on the go, right? I don't have to stress out about my camera hanging off of like a specific like arm. They make adapters for this, specifically for this, so it's not gonna fall. You can get certain angles. This still gets like incredible quality. You don't really have to push and go for that 360 look and flick the camera and get that, super wide, like world looking POV. I don't go for those myself, but if I ever wanted to, like it's right there, right? And if you do it, like it's a 360 camera, like it's supposed to look like that, right? Like people are not going to look at you weird because you're mixing, just like standard footage over with like a 360 camera footage. If that's not your cup of tea, that's not your cup of tea, right? Like there's multiple cameras that are just as portable that will give you a certain image depending on what it is that you're going for. Being able to capture like myself in certain events like NAB, being able to kind of just blog in like big crowds, and be able to kind of just capture like my surroundings, but also being able to mount it on my bike, and then just go on a gravel ride or go bikepacking and not have to worry about sacrificing quality or audio, even at that. Not worrying about whether it's raining or it's not raining, or I'm going through a puddle or walking through, you know, like an overflowing river. This thing's rugged, right? It's meant to take a beating, and I think it's, again, another tool for creatives or you know, business owners, like if you're doing B2B stuff, to capture BTS, certain angles. I'm not saying go out there and capture like a brand video with this, but could you? If you wanted to, you could definitely make it work. It's gonna look different, just be okay with that. The third camera I want to talk about is the Action 5, and I think when it comes to marrying these two, like the Pocket 3 and the Action Cam, the Pocket 3 and the Insta360, I feel like this camera kind of rests in between them. It could be something that you can push over the edge to get a certain look, or it could be something that you can just use for vlogging, right? I've been big into kind of just looking at like people vlogging on their bikes, people vlogging like when they go camping, and most of the time these creators are using like these two cameras, right? The Insta360 and then the Action Cam. This is for more specific shots, like on the bike shot, and this is more for like vlogging, especially because it's another DJI product. It pairs with the mics as well, so you're not losing any audio quality. It is ease of use. You just clip the mic somewhere and then you have clean audio all around. The image quality on this is amazing, and it also serves as a photo camera on the go. So you're able to have the flexibility of both. You're still able to capture like a super wide angle, using it for like B cam shots or time lapses, or just, you know, pointing it and vlogging with it as well. This camera is very flexible. It's very fun to use. Talking on the camera, mounting it on my bike, talking while riding. This is my go-to camera for that. Obviously I could use the Osmo Pocket 3, but again, taking that ease of mind of knowing that, hey, if I drop this, if this gets wet, this is gonna be fine, right? I think what these cameras allow you to do at the end of the day is just experiment with different angles, experiment with different ideas, experiment with different types of recording videos, and not necessarily have the pressure on top of you of making these look like cinema camera or a DSLR or a pro photo camera, because they're not meant to do that. And the moment that you're okay with that, you're just gonna open a lot of doors in terms of the different types of shots that you're able to get, and I guarantee you're gonna have a lot of fun doing that as well. So if you have one of these cameras and you're not utilizing them, I definitely urge you to do so. If you have none of these cameras and you're thinking about buying one of them, I'm going to be making more videos down the line about, you know, what specific camera fits your specific style and your specific needs. But also, if you have any questions, like, feel free to leave them in the comments down below. Feel free to message me about anything. I'm really passionate about just like the small, portable, everyday cameras that everyone has access to, and, you know, seeing how far you can push the image, how far you can push the quality, and what ideas people can be inspired to create. So I hope this video has been somewhat useful for you, and I'll catch you in the next one.